I attract money, wealth is in my reach. I got everything I want and everything I need. I keep my mind open, abundance overflows. I budget right and I know where all my money goes. I am debt free and money works for me. Money in my sleep, a magnet for prosperity. Ain't nothing.
Yes, what up, Kingdom Builders? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Ebony Yvonne, your favorite business lunch strategist in these internet streets. Welcome to Soul Struggle Land. This is my internet home where I help you to go from confused to the cash generating boss that we both know you were meant to be. In today's video, I am breaking down how to plan and create your official launch timeline, okay? So I am doing this video. It has been highly requested in the comments of both the bulletproof launch video as well as how to plan a successful pre-launch. So I am delivering, okay? I heard y'all. I see y'all comments. I read every single one of them. And today I am going to break down how to create your launch timeline and exactly how long each phase should be. Now, before I jump into the content, let me preface this video by saying I am going to be providing a general launch timeline, okay? Now, there are so many moving parts to your launch. It really depends on, number one, if you are launching a brand new business from scratch, or if you are launching, you have an established business and you're going to be launching just a new product line or a new service. It also depends on your audience. If you're going to be launching to cold leads, warm leads, piping hot leads, frozen leads, all of those things will play a part in your launch timeline. So if you want my help to craft a personal launch strategy for you, then you have two options. Number one, you can come over and join me in my launch accelerator where I walk you through all of the steps piece by piece, step by step. Or you can book a one-on-one strategy session with me where I can actually walk you through and help you create a specific launch strategy for your particular business model, okay? Now, one more little general rule before we get into content is, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the timeline for my 5-phase launch blueprint. I'm not going to go into the steps in detail, but if you do want the full breakdown of what happens in each step of my 5-phase launch, aka the 10K launch system, then make sure you go check out the bulletproof launch video. I will also pin it up in the cards so that you can get the full layout of each step of the launch process and what they are needed for, okay? Now, for this video, we're going to be focusing on the timeline. So let's jump right in with the first phase of the launch system, which is your polling stage. The polling stage is going to be the stage of your launch where you're kind of doing things in the background. You're doing your research, you're creating your offer, you're looking at the market to see where the needs are, you're looking for opportunities where there may be missing holes or gaps where you can actually create a product and service that people actually want. You're also just starting to build up your traffic, right? This is where you're really just putting your ear to the street and trying to collect leads. This is the beginning stages of all of that. So a rule of thumb is that this stage is going to be 2 to 4 weeks, depending on, again, where you are in your business. If you are launching a brand new business from scratch, then you're probably going to spend an entire month just working on the polling phase, generating that traffic, doing your market research, identifying opportunities and gaps where you can actually create products and services in the market. So you will probably spend an entire 4 or 5 weeks in your polling phase. Now, if you have an existing business, you've already honed in on who you're targeting, you know, what type of products and services you're providing, and maybe you're just launching a new product line or a new service that's an extension of your already existing business, then you may only spend about 2 weeks in your polling phase. But that's because a lot of that market research and understanding your audience and what they want, what they need, has already been done since you have an established business, right? So you're not going to need as much time in the polling phase because, as people say, you're not new to this. You are true to it, okay? You already kind of know the ropes. You already kind of have that foundation built. So you already have momentum where you don't have to spend a lot of time in that polling phase. Now let's jump into phase number 2, which is going to be your pre-game. The pre-game stage is all about building up your audience of targeted, qualified leads, okay? The keyword here is targeted and qualified, okay? So a lot of times people will say, well, I have been growing this social media following for years. I have 10K followers, I have 50K followers, and I want to be able to launch a new product to them. And you can very well do that, but you can't just make the assumption that because you've grown this following over time, you're gonna launch something and they will buy it if they're not targeted, right? So if people started following you throughout the many years, maybe you did comedy, maybe you were known for one thing, you had a viral video or something like that, and then so all of these people started following you, but they're not necessarily invested to the point to where they would buy whatever your offer is, then those are not targeted leads. When I say targeted leads, I mean people who are actually interested in the type of services that you're going to be providing, and they are most likely to actually buy when you do launch, okay? So a good rule of thumb is if you have at least 1,000 targeted new leads coming in every single month, just 1,000, that's all you need. If you are generating 1,000 targeted leads every single month, then your pre-game phase may be on the lower end of about 2 weeks or so, right? Just like the polling phase. But if you are truly starting from scratch, you do not have a built-in audience, you are not generating consistent leads, that is the entire purpose of your pre-game phase. This is for you to start generating targeted leads. This is for you to be building your audience. And this phase can take up to 4 weeks alone if you are truly starting from scratch. And I want to thoroughly explain that because I see a lot of, you know, bigger gurus that will tell you, oh, you don't need an extended launch. It doesn't take a month or 3 months or whatever. Some people actually will tell you that it takes 6 months to a year for an official launch. Now, I'm not going to tell you that, but I do know that it is possible, okay? And it takes time to build that audience. But a lot of times you'll hear gurus that will tell you that, oh, you don't need to take that long to launch. Just put something out there, right? Create an offer today and then sell it tomorrow. And the thing is, if you create an offer today, you don't have any qualified leads, you didn't build anticipation, you didn't build excitement, you don't have an audience, who's going to buy it when you launch? Who's going to be there to buy it, right? It's different for someone who has a large platform where you have sold multiple products and services throughout the year. You've built up your credibility, the trust with you and your audience. So of course you could create an offer today and then sell it tomorrow because you have that relationship there, you have that influence, you have that trust, and it just helps you to sell it when you have a built-in audience. If you don't have a built-in audience, you need your pre-game phase to actually build your audience of qualified leads. And this is also going to be your phase where you're building anticipation, letting people know that you have something coming, you're building the excitement, you're inviting them along the journey, and building that connection in the relationship, which is going to help you get buy-in so that you can actually launch to sales, okay? So if you are starting from scratch, plan for your pregame phase to be up to 4 weeks just for this phase. All right. Okay, so let's hop over to the next phase, which is going to be number 3 in the process, which is your pre-lunch phase. And this is the step that so many people have questions on. Again, there are so many different moving parts when it comes to launching your business, especially in this pre-lunch phase and then also your official launch. The amount of time that you spend in this phase really depends on whether you're offering products or services, whether you are launching to a cold audience, a warm audience, a piping hot audience. Like, all of these different things will affect your pre-launch timeline. But your pre-launch phase is basically designed for you to start generating leads and generating sales, okay? So if you watch my previous pre-launch videos, one of the strategies that I actually recommended in the video is to build a wait list, right? When you're in your polling phase, when you're in your pre-game phase, you know that you're working on your products and services behind the scenes. Have a place where people can go say, yes, I'm interested, notify me when this product drops, right? And if you build your wait list, this is going to be so helpful in your pre-launch phase, because you can launch to your wait list and those are going to be piping hot leads. The reason why these leads are piping hot is because there's already brand awareness. They know who you are. There's already a certain level of buy-in. These people have literally signed up for this wait list to say, yes, I know who you are, I know what you're offering, and I want a piece of the pie, right? So that is why these are considered hot leads. They're already primed and ready to buy. Now, warm leads, maybe people in your audience that are familiar with you, there's already brand awareness, but they haven't necessarily identified that they need or want to buy something from you. So these are warm leads. So they are still going to be convertible, but it's just going to take a little bit more effort to get them to convert versus your piping hot leads that are already there, waiting, money in hand, waiting for you to just say, hey, come take my money, right? Or open the doors to your shop. So hopefully that is making sense. And then you have your cold leads, which are the people who are not familiar with you at all. So those people are going to be extremely hard to convert, but there are strategies where you can actually target cold audiences as well. We'll have to save that for another video, okay? So your pre-launch phase can be anywhere from 10 to 17 days. Typically for me, whenever I do my pre-launch, I typically like to do it for a week and a half, which is why I say 10 days. And so in that pre-launch phase, I normally do a couple of different things. I like to do a phased approach to where maybe I do an increasing price or a decreasing discount. And so what I mean by that is you have that wait list of people who've already told you they're interested in what you're selling and they've signed up for your wait list, right? So when you officially launch, you can launch exclusively in your pre-launch phase, or not officially launch. When you do your pre-launch, you can do a soft launch exclusively to your wait list or your VIP list, or whatever you want to call it. And what I'll do is, like, the first day, I may launch and say the first 10 people who grab this widget, they get it for 40% off, right? And then the next 20 people can get it for 30% off. And then the next 50 people get 20% off, or whatever your discount price will be when you officially launch to the public on your official launch day. Another way, you can also do like early bird pricing so that people who are the first to buy get some type of introductory rate from you. So there are so many ways that you can make people feel special, feel like they're getting an exclusive deal just by leveraging your wait list in your pre-launch stage. But pretty much I would leave it open or do your pre-lunch for at least 10 days, a week and a half, so that you can have those phases, or maybe you can have different bonuses for people that buy at a certain time, but some type of way to basically gamify what it is that you're going to be doing in your pre-launch to make people feel special, and then give them exclusive offers or bonuses. So hopefully that is making sense. Let's hop over to phase number 4, which is your official launch. When you do your official launch, this is when you are officially open for business to the public. So not just your wait list, people can go to your website, you're announcing it on your social media. You may decide to do a press release, whatever. You are officially open for business. When you do your official launch, I normally recommend doing your official launch from anywhere from 2 to 7 days of an open cart, where you're actually doing your official launch process. Again, how long you leave your cart open during this period depends on what you are offering. If you have a product-based business and you're just offering like a low ticket item, something under $100, then I would probably leave your cart open for 2 days to 3 days, right? So 24 to 36 hours. The first 2 to 3 days of your opening, I would do some type of exclusive offer, bonus, discount, whatever, to get those people in the door and entice them to want to buy now. If you are offering a service, or if you are offering a high ticket product, so let's say you sell luxury purses that are $200, $300. Let's say you sell a course that's $500. You sell a coaching package that's $5,000. The more expensive your item is, the higher the price point, the longer I would leave the cart open. So a good example of this is for my business incubator, my lunch accelerator. They are $2,000 and up, right? So with those types of services or coaching programs, I typically will leave my cart open for 5 days. Is that 5 days? I typically open my cards on Thursdays, and then I'll close them on Monday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So yeah, that's 5 days. So with that, I like to open it on a Thursday for a very strategic reason, right? Typically people get paid Thursday if they get paid on Fridays. A lot of banks actually get deposits the day before. So, or if they don't get paid that day, they're definitely going to get paid on Friday, right? And I want the opportunity to join me inside of my coaching program to be top of mind when they get paid. So this is why I open my carts on Thursday. And the reason why I like to close them on Mondays is because I don't want people to just simply get busy and get distracted by the weekend that they forget to actually enroll into the program. So with me having my cart closed on Monday, typically if people are out of town, busy with the kids on the weekend, whatever, on Monday they are back in work mode, they are back focused, and so I can send them reminder emails to say, hey, this is your last chance to get in this coaching program, right? So they are more likely to join on a Monday when the cart closes versus if it closes on a Friday night or a Saturday night when people are typically out busy doing things. So hopefully that is making sense. Let me know down in the comments below this video if you are picking up what I am putting down, if this is making any sense. If you have any follow-up questions, drop those below in the comments as well. So let's get into the last and final step of the 10K launch system, which is going to be your post-launch, the phase that so many people overlook and end up leaving so much money on the table, okay? Your post-launch phase serves two purposes, right? I go really in depth in this in that bulletproof launch video. But the first step is for you to be able to deliver on your offer. If you told people you were going to give them social media templates, you want to make sure that they get their social media templates, right? If you told them you were going to coach them on something, you want to make sure that they have an orientation into what to expect in your coaching program, and you start delivering those services. Now, if you're like me and you have like an 8-week, 12-week, 6-month, 12-month, whatever program, you're not going to be able to deliver all of that in 1 week, but you can make sure that people don't have buyer's remorse by making that first week really a good experience for them, making sure they know where to find everything, what to expect in your program, all of that jazz, right? And now on the flip side of that, what you want to do is you want to use your post-launch as an opportunity to collect information from those people who didn't buy from you. Say, hey, I noticed you were checking out my sales page, but you didn't actually follow through with the purchase. What was it? Was it my messaging? Did you not think it would work? Like, was it the price? Let me know what's going on. Getting this information is so valuable for you to be able to, you know, make changes to your sales messaging, maybe make changes to what you're offering, so that in the future you won't have that same reservation when it comes to making sales and actually getting customers to convert. And then it also gives you an opportunity to downsell people, right? So if someone says the reason why they didn't join your program was because your offer is $5,000 and they just didn't have it to spend, maybe you have another program that's only $1,000 that would be a good opportunity for them to get started with learning whatever their desired results are. Or maybe you have a course that is maybe only $500, or maybe you have templates that are only $97, right? This gives you an opportunity to downsell. So this is what you want to do in your post-launch, and this phase typically only lasts about a week. Sometimes it could be longer than that if you want to extend, like sending reminders to people to really collect information and do research behind why they didn't buy. But typically a week is good enough. Now, all of these steps combined pretty much comes out to your launch being about 2 to 3 months long. Yes, if you want to have a profitable launch, you want to make sure that you're spending the right amount of time in each phase so that it serves its purpose, so that you're doing your research, so that you have time to build your audience of targeted followers, and so that you can build that excitement, anticipation, and then actually be able to launch to paying clients. One of the reasons why so many entrepreneurs fail to get clients when they first launch is because they don't really implement any type of marketing plan or a launch strategy that allows people to be ready to buy from them, and they get that buy-in along the way. All right, so that is the timeline for your 5-phase launch strategy. I know this video came highly requested, so hopefully I have answered all your questions with how much time you should spend in each phase. If you still have additional questions, you can join me inside of the Launch Accelerator, or you can book a strategy session, or you can drop your comments below this video and I will be there to help you out. Thank you so much for stopping by my virtual home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you get notified instantly anytime I upload a video. I will be back next week, but until then, feel free to check out these videos right here. Bye, y'all.